Hey guys, welcome back to Foundation Week. It is day 5, you guys. Day 5, and today we're doing another high-end foundation, and it's a foundation that's actually newer. I can definitely say that because it's definitely newer. I've seen only a little bit of it around, and I was instantly attracted to this foundation because it just said, you know, luminous, or no, it didn't say luminous, it said radiant, natural, radiant. So I felt like it was totally up my alley. So before I get started, if you've missed any of my other days, I'll link a playlist at the very end of the video, and I'll link it off down below. If you are ever curious about any of my foundation shade matches, also there's a huge list down below in the description box in every single video. So you can go check that out if you're trying to kind of compare my skin shade to yours. And if you want to be a part of seeing me how the foundation wears throughout the day live, the day that I'm filming, you get a little sneak peek. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Snapchat because that's where I do it at. Okay, so let's just get straight into business. It's day 5. We have 2 more days. And today we are going to be talking about the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I don't know what it is about the Nars packaging that I love. It's the matte softness, the black, it just looks so beautiful. And this particular bottle, like the other bottles are nice, but this particular bottle, and I'm talking about packaging because packaging totally, like, you focus on that and you see that. And so I love how like tall and skinny and like sleek the bottle is, and it totally attracted me to it and made me want to try it. I'm not even gonna lie, it's just so beautiful. So I got the shade Vanuatu. They have 33 shades, so they have lots of shades to pick from. I don't know if the shade, if you know your NARS shade in the other foundation, I don't remember what it's called, but I don't think that the names are exactly the same. This one is 3.5 is what this one is. And yeah, so let's go over what the company claims and then what my skin type is like, and then we'll get to trying the foundation out. So I'm looking on the website. It has 33 shades. Mine is neutral balance of yellow and pink undertones, medium with a neutral balance of yellow and pink undertone. They didn't have like a medium with just yellow, so I had to kind of pick between peachy or yellow and a little bit of pinky or golden, and so I kind of just went with this one, and we're hoping for the best. This does retail on their website for $49. You can find it at Ulta, but they don't have it in stores that I've seen, so you kind of have to kind of guess on the shade. So this is what it says on the NARS website. It says, longwear to strongwear. There's a longwear and there's a strongwear. Introducing NARS' first 16-hour foundation that stays turned on by the power of radiance. Untraceable, unlike anything else, longwear is finally lightweight and radiant. High coverage is now supernatural. It's breathable. Fade-resistant formula is infused with raspberry, apple, and watermelon extracts to help smooth and improve the look of your skin instantly and over time for full-powered radiance. It wears longer, stays stronger, and looks better with each hour. Specialized skin matching technology ensures your truest match yet. Your future looks radiant with the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. So it's a natural but radiant finish. It's transfer resistant, sweat resistant, fade resistant, and non-drying, and it's supposed to be a 16-hour foundation, and it's supposed to have high coverage. So those are a lot of claims for a foundation to be making here in this little bottle. It's supposed to do so much. So I'm excited. Let's see. So they suggest putting this on your face with your fingertips. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna lie. We're not gonna do that today. I'm gonna use my Morphe sponge on this side of the face, and we'll use a brush on this side of the face. I'm definitely not touching this with my fingers. But yeah, so the kind of skin that I have, I have dry to normal skin. I do get dry around my nose, and I do have sensitive skin, so I can break out really easily from foundations. So hopefully this one doesn't break me out. And I do have dark spots from pregnancy, you know, and I do have some lines here from doing this that sometimes foundation tends to sink in. It's my problem area. So yeah, let's bring you guys in closer and let's try this foundation out together. Okay, here we go. Let's pin these bangs back for a second. Pin those bangs back. So I am going to do the Morphe sponge on this side of the face, and you can see how the bottle looks, and hopefully it matches me. I hope it's not too pink. The only thing I have on my face right now, if you are wondering, is some falsies, and my eyebrows are done. And then we will be using this Morphe Y7 brush on this part of the face to blend it in. So yeah. This is what it looks like. It does have a pump, you guys. So that's really exciting. Oh, let's put some primer on. I'm gonna do the Laura Mercier foundation primer. It's the hydrating one today because I've used this so much. I know how it works, and I don't think it's like overly gonna fix a drying foundation. So I think we're good with that. So let's just put it on the face to prime the face. And let's get started. All right, please be my correct shade because you're expensive. So I did like a small teeny tiny pump. I like to dot it on my face before I go in with the sponge because I feel like if I put it directly on the sponge, it sucks up so much product usually. Any sponge usually will do that. So, alrighty, let's do this. Ooh. I don't know if this is gonna match me or look really orangey on my skin. It's looking a little bit on the orangey side. Doesn't it? Does it not? Or is it matching me good? I can't tell. I'm like obsessing over I have to have my perfect match. Like I don't want to mix and do all this kind of stuff, which is good. If you're gonna spend $49 on a foundation, get your match. I think I talked about this in a different video. What do you guys think? I think it actually might look pretty good. Like the match itself might look pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and do, that's one layer, which is not full coverage. I can still see some freckles, but we'll go back in a second. And let's do the brush side. The brush tends to be more full coverage anyways, because it really packs on color. So this is my problem area too. So let's see what it does for us. As expected, it definitely has more coverage on this side, but you can still see the darkness. But I don't know, what do you guys think? I think it's hard to tell because I have this birthmark right here that's just gotten darker from being pregnant. So it's hard to tell, but I think it matches me really. I actually really like the brush side. It's so smooth right here. I noticed that on this side, it looks, I can see my pores a lot more on the brush, the blender side, So I'm gonna go in a little bit on my brush and see if I can add coverage. Yeah, I definitely like the brush side 10 times better. Definitely think I have a little bit of like a natural radiance where it's not like matte. It's something that my skin can definitely wear. I don't even know if I'll need to set this. Okay, let me take a look. Yeah, I definitely like the brush side better. The brush side has more coverage and it looks a lot smoother. There wasn't really anything I could do about my pores right here. Like after I tried to add more and smooth it with the brush, it didn't do anything. But over here, it looks really nice and flawless. Surprisingly, it doesn't look as heavy as the CC cream. So the CC cream I had to add a lot to get coverage and it looked heavy. This just actually doesn't look heavy on the skin. It looks really, really nice up close, like in a mirror, in person. So it does have a little bit of a tacky finish. I might need to set it. We shall see. I'll finish the rest of my makeup and then I'll be back to tell you what I have on my face and to see how the foundation looks after all my makeup is done. Okay, so I finished the rest of my makeup. I'll go over real quickly and tell you what I put on, and you can always check the links below. But highlight, I use the Becca highlight in Moonstone. For my like bronzer, I did like the Leopard bronzer from Too Faced. Basically used some bronzers from in here again, and I felt like it got too dark and muddy and bronzy, and so I tried to go over top with the Wet n Wild Apricot in the middle for like a more peachy look, and I don't know how it turned out. I'm not feeling it, but it's okay. I used this essence in the Nude lip liner, and then on top for a more peachy look, I used the Velvet Pout matte lip colors from Lip & Co. in Nearly Nude, which is a matte shade. Also, I did set my foundation tiny bit with the e.l.f. finishing powder, just very lightly, and then right underneath the eyes, I used the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores powder, which looks like this. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. And then I used to bronzed up my eyes just a tiny bit, but didn't really do much there. So how the foundation looks now, I still think, I don't know, in the viewfinder it's kind of tricky. I think that it matches my neck a lot better. I still think it might look a little bit too pinky in the sun. I'm gonna have to check and see. But I like how it looks. It lays really nicely on the skin. It doesn't look dry or heavy. That's kind of tends to be the problem with a lot of full coverage foundations. They tend to look heavy on my skin. I don't know if it's because I have a lot of texture. Not that I feel like I have a lot of texture or my pores, but this one actually is laying really, really beautifully. I would totally go out with it full coverage on a day-to-day because it looks that nice. Also, you know, it hasn't gotten in my nose and it doesn't look like crackly or weird there. And it's settled a little tiny bit in my lines, but this is like nothing. This is like flawless for me, because usually foundations really accentuate and make my lines look thicker and bigger than they actually are. So right now I feel like the foundation looks really, really nice. I'm super excited. I did not set this with a powder because I wanted to try it out without setting it, because whenever you set things, they just melt the skin and make your foundation look really, really good. So I didn't want to mess with it and set it at all. So I'm really excited. I'm really happy. It is 9:32. I'll check back with you guys in 5 hours and we'll see how the foundation has lasted. It's supposed to last 16 hours. So I'm gonna wear it all day long, 10, 11 hours to see how it lasts. But so far I'm absolutely loving it. I think it looks really good, especially because I have dry skin. It looks nice on top of the skin. It really does look so nice and flawless on top of the skin. Went a little crazy on the bronzer, but it's okay. So yeah, I'll check back with you guys in 5 hours. Okay, so it's 2 o'clock, so it's been 4.5, 5 hours. So let's take a look and see what the makeup looks like. I'm not gonna lie, as I've looked in the mirror and as I've talked to my husband, I feel like the shade is a little bit too pink, like a tinge, but you have to really be staring at me to tell. So I think I'm gonna keep the shade. And I'm loving how it looks on the skin. It doesn't look heavy at all. It just looks perfected and beautiful on top of the skin, especially this area here. I don't have a lot of pores. I do like the brush side a lot more than the blender side. I just think the brush side just looks more perfected and you can't really see my darkness. I'm just loving it. I'm loving this foundation. It hasn't let me down. It does look natural, but I look alive. I look radiant. So I can definitely see why they called it natural radiant, and it's been wearing beautiful. There has been no takeoff, and I've been hugging my husband and there's been no transfer onto his clothing. So I'm really excited about that, because I hate when I give him a hug and there's transfer on his clothing. I hate that. So far it's looking really good, and I mean, my lines look really good right here as well. Okay, so can you kind of see how it all looks? I think it just looks so beautiful and smooth on the skin. I just can't even believe it. And like my trouble area is like back here, like behind my nose, and I feel like it looks great. But yeah, I'll check back with you guys at the very end of the night and we'll see how the foundation looks at the very end of the night. Okay guys, so we are back. It is 9 o'clock, so it's been about 11.5 hours since I first put on my makeup. So let's check this out and see how it all looks. My husband said that my makeup still, like the foundation still looks super good, and I will definitely agree with him. Now that it's been 11 hours, it's kind of started to kind of crumble right here. Not crumble, but kind of like accumulate, but it's nothing bad. I've definitely had worse foundations, and the coverage is still really good. I mean, look at this. Remember I had those dark spots here? Usually I've never had a foundation that looks this much, like this good for this long. I would say it's like a good low full coverage. I mean, it looks the same. It looks the same. The foundation itself looks the same. And I kind of got a little glowy here, but not too bad, like not bad at all. I feel like this foundation, just the longer you wore it, the more naturally radiant it looked, but it doesn't look glowy. It doesn't look like it's falling apart. It looks like it's really put together really nicely. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys can decide for yourselves. You guys see how it looks. I think the foundation looks really good, and I didn't wear a long wearing primer underneath. I didn't set it, and it looks amazing. Really sink into my fine lines or anything like that. It looks really good on top of the skin. I am super impressed with this Nars foundation. I think this is going to be one of my new favorite foundations. It looks so good on the skin. And I also noticed, like, as I looked in the mirror and in like just normal day to day, like on my Snapchats and Instagram where I was in natural lighting, it looked so good. Usually I feel like under harsh lights like this is when you can really tell imperfections, and even then I feel like the foundation looks so good. I would totally put on like some dark eyeshadow and a lipstick and go out for date night like this. I wouldn't feel like I need to redo my foundation. And it's been 11.5 hours, guys. It's been 11.5 hours. I'm not, like, I touch my face a lot. My kids touch my face. You know, it's humid here, and then it's, you know, it's hot from cooking. I always mention that because my makeup will melt off. Anyways, this foundation looks really good. I'm super impressed, you guys. I give it a big old fat thumbs up. Like, if you have skin similar to mine, I would definitely give you the okay to try it. And even if you don't, I mean, just give it a try, and if it doesn't work, just exchange it or return it, because I mean, it's a really nice foundation. It has a lot of shades, so you can find your match. Oh my gosh. I'm loving it, and I think this is a really good match. It's supposed to be transfer resistant. I'll just kind of swipe. It does come off, but I've barely anything. And I've hugged my husband a couple times, and I've checked his black shirt, and foundation I haven't seen any foundation spots on his shirt. So I don't know. I really like this foundation. Make sure that if you don't follow me on Instagram or Snapchat that you do, so you can get a sneak peek and see how my makeup looks in natural lighting, and just be there for the process. Also, don't forget forget to give me a like if you like Foundation Week, and check out all the other foundation videos if you've missed them. And I guess I'll just see you guys back here tomorrow for a really affordable foundation. A little quick note for tomorrow's foundation video. I didn't know I was filming for Foundation Week. Like, I hadn't decided yet when I filmed that first impression. So it seems like a regular first impression. I don't talk about Foundation Week, but it definitely is a part of it. I wanted to include it because it's a first impression video of a affordable foundation. So yeah, that's about it. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.